This is my second video of the Red Cross Hospital in downtown Bangkok, which has its own snake farm. It's in the Selam district, which is not too far from the Saladang BTS, and there's also a subway co-located. Alright, here you see they're taking the snakes out. They have them sort of centrally located around a big pit, and all the visitors sit on one side. Before the actual display of snakes, they have about a half-hour presentation. It's educational, and it teaches you things like what you do if you get bitten by a snake, and basically what snakes to look out for while you're traveling in Thailand. All the snakes that are kept at the snake farm are poisonous, with the exception of maybe 2 or 3. They do have some Burmese pythons and such. Certainly all the cobras and king cobras you see are poisonous, and they're kept at the farm specifically to produce anti-venom. So it'd be kind of pointless if they weren't poisonous snakes. Some people who saw my other video speculated that the snakes had their fangs removed, and they based this on sideshows that they'd seen while either traveling through India or Thailand. And those were really more like sort of circus acts, whereas this is a serious research institute, and its sole purpose is to educate people and also to produce the anti-venom. Not all the snakes are really aggressive, like this one obviously is kind of tame. This is a poisonous snake, or so they say, and the reason why it's not nearly as aggressive is it's a nocturnal snake. So during the day, it's used to sleeping. As I keep bringing snakes out, the presenter, who is one of the research scientists at the facility, he starts talking about the different snakes. It can be very difficult to understand though, because they usually have an accent, and everything's made of concrete, and so there's a real sharp echo. So his amplified, accented voice echoing back and forth, it provides a lot of feedback, and it's all out of phase. It would be quite difficult. All right, watch this guy. This guy wants to take right off. All right, this one's a bit bigger. This is the king cobra. I think they have a couple there that they bring out. The other one is a fair amount larger, and he is a lot more sleepier. Maybe he's older, I don't know. But he doesn't move around quite as much. He's not quite as lively as this guy. Okay, he was just talking about how the snake and many of the others, they don't just eat anything. They feed mostly off of other snakes, or sometimes maybe lizards. And because of that, as we see here, they have to force feed some of these snakes. You know, if the snakes are force fed, they'll still digest as normally. But otherwise, they would just starve to death. If they can't get another live snake to eat, or, you know, like I say, in some cases a lizard, they simply will not eat, and they would starve to death. And again, they are valuable animals. They're well treated by the handlers, and the whole purpose, again, is to produce this anti-venom. So there's not really any point in just letting the snakes die. Okay, here we can see them milking the snake for venom. This isn't like a full shot. This is just enough to sort of make the point that yes, these are venomous snakes, and they do have some in there. You'll notice on his hand, he's got a bad scar, and he explains that he himself has been bitten by snakes here, and there's a couple guys here who have. In his case, and he'll demonstrate it later, they had to cut his hand open to relieve the swelling. See, there he's showing it there. The other man that was in the picture before, he's actually missing a finger for the same reason. Anyways, that's the trip to the snake farm. It's very accessible. It's not expensive. I think it costs $2 to see the show, and it is educational. And anyone who thinks they aren't poisonous snakes, well, there's your proof.